Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is Message. Hi, Ben. All right.
Welcome to Tea Time with
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is super recent. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I missed you guys. I really did. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the recap of Political Tuesday with Tea Time with Bunky. Thank you to all of my Tea Time with Bunky followers and subscribers. Those that have been there with me from the beginning, thank you so much for taking this journey with me. Continue to ride. It's not like I'm going anywhere. Those that are new to Tea Time with Bunky, tell a friend, like, share, follow, and subscribe. This is the recap of Political Tuesday. My Political Tuesdays, because I'm over the politics of it all. Hopefully Shai can join me. You can catch, Political Tuesdays. If you want to catch some of the recaps, you can go to my YouTube page, Tea Time with Bunky. You can catch Tea Time with Bunky live on Thursdays at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And all your favorite podcast platforms. Yeah, I'm moving kind of slow today. I think I caught something. I don't want to speak it into existence. Hey, Chris, but yeah, I think I got that stomach bug, y'all. So I'm not going to be my normal energetic self. But like I said, I'm waiting for Shad to come. You'll see me sipping more because the dehydration part, I guess, is part of it. And I didn't want to cancel at the last minute. So before I get into the recap of all the stuff that we've been talking about, I wanted to talk about the Daniel Penny case. For those who aren't in New York, you probably haven't seen it as much. Probably haven't seen it as much on your news, but the Daniel Penny case. Daniel Penny is a former Marine who killed a young Black man on the New York City subway. Jordan Neely was a victim. Jordan Neely suffered from mental illness, mental health. Hey, Rashida, it's going to be a slow mode dealing with the stomach bug. And I'm waiting for Shad if he can get on. But Jordan Neely was a young African-American male who he was a Michael Jackson impersonator. So I think that's why he really, really caught my attention because he was a Michael Jackson impersonator. But like I was saying earlier, he dealing with mental illness, mental health. Apparently, he was on the subway with this Daniel Penny. With Daniel Penny, and he was probably acting erratic. He was probably having an episode, and I don't know why they don't describe him as a vigilante. I think if he was Black, he would have been called the vigilante or something like that. And the vigilante, I'm talking about Daniel Penny, because he put Mr. Jordan in what they call a blood choke. A blood choke, which is a carotid restriction that restricts the blood flow to the brain. And while he was putting him in the hole, I'm not sure of the behavior, but from what I'm hearing, he was just saying that he wanted something to eat or whatever. I don't know. People were saying after the fact that they were afraid or whatever the case may be. But anyway, Vigilante Penny put him in the chokehold. Mind you, he was found not guilty. He was found not guilty in this murder yesterday, today, I'm not sure. But apparently that the person who taught him this, mind you, he's an ex-Marine. It's ridiculous and unacceptable. Rashida, if the roles were reversed, we know what the outcome would have been. There would have been no not guilty of anything. Hi, Splotted. I know I'm saying it wrong. Well, if you want to know how I'm feeling kind of jacked right now. I think I'm dealing with the new onsets of a stomach bug, but I'm going to get through this. But anyway, but the person who taught this former Marine the vigilante, this move, said he testified on the court that he did the procedure wrong. So that right there should have been a neglect charge, neglect for homicide, something. Um, but there was nothing. Apparently, this procedure after 36 seconds can cause death. 36 seconds. Nearly was in this position for 6 minutes. Now, what I don't understand about this, because I worked in the human service field for over 30 years. And we used to learn this procedure. Anybody out there that worked with people with developmental disabilities or mental health issues, you learn this procedure called SCIP. Strategies, Crisis, Intervention, Prevention. You never forget it, SCIP. And it's a form, it's different ways of a takedown. How you take people who are escalating, you take them down without hurting them, but de-escalating the situation. So we all know that after a certain amount of time, you're supposed to stop, assess the situation, see if the person is breathing, check their vitals or whatever. And then if the person is still aggressive or in any form, then you go back into the SCIP position. Now the agencies aren't even teaching SCIP. Now it's what they call SCIP 2, because the goal is to de-escalate the situation. So they do what they call SCIP R, SCIP refresher, which teaches you the techniques needed to de-escalate the situation. So this is not what happened here. Vigilante Penny, who was seen celebrating with his lawyer in a bar after the verdict, while Neely's family was trying to come to grips with the fact that this man wasn't found guilty, it was a total contrast. I'm telling you, if the roles were reversed, this is my opinion, if the roles were reversed, this man would not have walked away. He wouldn't have walked away. He would have been found guilty. And that's my feelings, and I stand on it. They disregard those with mental illness and throw them to the streets like trash and treat them like, yes, they do. People are out here murdering people and getting away with it. It's sad. Right. And they're throwing it on. And what's crazy, Sheeta, is everything now, I guess it depends. It depends who you are. They're going to use that phrase, oh, well, they're dealing with a mental health crisis. There is something mental health, mental illness, or whatever. But nobody's going into this former Marine. While you're in the military, you see some things. Now, did he see some things? What happened to him? But they're not screaming mental illness. Personally, I think he needs to be in jail. There needs to be something done, some consequences. We're seeing more and more situations where those that escalate instead of de-escalation. Exactly. And like I said, Rashida, working in the field with people with mental health and mental illness, they're not even teaching SCIP, strategies for crisis intervention and prevention strategies really anymore, because the goal is to de-escalate the situation. They're doing SCIP R, SCIP refresher, unless the person has to have what they call a takedown, a SCIP procedure done. But then even during that time, you don't hold anybody for 6 minutes straight. You go, I forgot how long it was. It's been a while since I've done a SCIP thing, but you always have to go back and reassess the situation and check the person's vitals. I will be right back in 1 second. Hey y'all, I'm getting through it. But like I said, it seems like Rashida said, that this is happening more and more. It's becoming more and more familiar, more and more normalized. PTSD, yeah. And this young man, Jordan Neely, apparently when he was 11 years old, his mother was murdered at the hands of her boyfriend, and her body was put in suitcases. So he has trauma. but nobody wants to talk about that. I'm sure the Marine has PTSD. Yep. A lot of us have it. Yes. But you cannot just do whatever. We ain't out here murdering people. When we're triggered, though, we can't. We'd be in jail. We'd be underneath the jail. Rashida, we'd be underneath the jail. But this man was taken into custody without incident. I just still don't understand how this whole thing happened, because when he was down, when Penny was doing the procedure, another guy had his foot on him, and there was a bunch of people around. So this little man, he wasn't big. This little man could not have been that much of a threat. At the end of the day, it went too far. A man's life was taken, and another man walked away. And I think someone who I came in contact with, who told me the outcome, because I didn't know, because I've been tuned out of the news since the election. Facts right there. Also, but I heard about the murder of the CEO of United Healthcare. Suspect Luigi Manganaro. Man, I said his name wrong. Luigi. Killed. We all saw. I'm sure everybody saw it on the news. Killed the victim, Brian Thompson, in broad daylight with a ghost gun. It was a ghost gun, which is crazy to me. Like, that's, I mean, packed street. He walked up. First of all, he got to my riding a bike. He rode a bike there, got off the bike, drew the weapon. People are around. People videoing, recording it. He shot the man, left, caught a taxi. How does that happen? And now they're saying that I heard today that there was a lot of mixed reactions. There was a lot of mixed reactions with this case, with this situation. He just got a lawyer today. His new lawyer said he's going to plead not guilty. There's a lot of mixed reactions. Some people are really angry about what happened. Some people are condoning what happened. First of all, taking someone's life is never okay. That's number one. Let's not get it twisted. Doesn't matter what type of job they have or whatever. Taking somebody else's life because you're upset is never okay. But they say that this young man was dealing, I guess, well, was normally really involved with his family, engaging. The last 6 months, he hasn't been so much. He's been dealing with chronic back pains. And I don't know what happened with this insurance. But it triggered him. So are they going to deport all the undocumented Italians in the U.S. since the shooter was Italian? Nope. Rashida, they're sure not going to do that because they aren't brown skin. And according to ears people, all the problems come with people who look like you and me. If the shooter was black or brown, right, from Mexico or Haiti, we know what the people would be screaming. Absolutely. See, I didn't even finish reading a thing, and we're on the same vibe. We know what time it is. I would go the same thing for Vigilante Penny. I would think the same thing. Like, if it was a black person that took a white man's life, even if he was a black Marine, and he took a white man's life dealing with mental health, mental illness, first of all, the pictures that would have been depicted, that we would have seen on the news, would have been of the man. Let's say roles were reversed, he would have been gangster-like, or they would have found a picture with him with his friends and thugged out, and pictures that we take. I even take what I call jail pull, and I've never been in jail, but jail pulls pictures. We do that. Those are the type of pictures that they would have found. And for the victim, they would have found the best type of picture. See, I can't be getting upset. My stomach is hurting. Okay. So it would have been reversed. Just like they're talking about Brian Thompson and Luigi. The pictures that I'm seeing on the news of Luigi, college graduate, upstanding citizen, people were either saying he doesn't look like someone that would commit such a crime or do such. But what does someone who's going to commit a crime look like? How many lives did the CEO take, though, by denying claims? Not condoning, just saying. You're right. And he's been the president or in position since 2021. And and the sad thing is, yeah, the sad thing is, I don't even think these people don't pay attention. It's all about numbers. It's all about numbers. It's not about the lives of the people that this is affecting. Um, and then you go into how all this just rolls into place. It's crazy. We talk about the election, which is part of the recap, Lord God. The person that I don't even like saying his name, he's trying to put in position over healthcare, Kennedy, they're trying to roll back Obamacare. How many people rely on that health insurance who have pre-existing conditions, who have pre-existing conditions, um, right, and need that insurance to get their medication, um, or whatever the case may be. Oh, look, I shot me make it. I needed him here for the last show. Um, Project 2025. I'm triggered by election. Me too, girl. That's why I can't, because it's really making my stomach really hurt. So I really don't want to talk about that too much, but we have to a little bit. We have to. Um, Project 2025. You guys go get the book. I can't. I got the book. Got the book. You guys go get the book and read it, and so you'll know what's going on when you're supposed to know it. We had on the show Miss Michelle Frazier, who was running for a Senate of New York. Unfortunately, she didn't win, but she had a lot of good points, I believe. But she didn't win her position. But Miss Paula Kay, who was running for Assembly, New York Assembly District 100, won her seat. So hoping Michelle doesn't give up. Hoping she doesn't give up and she continues her run and her fight, because we need people out there who are trying to do better by this country. Thank you so much. Who are you? I don't even know. Who are you? I'm gonna have to look you up. Yeah, Paula will be coming back on, making another appearance. She agreed to come on after the election, be it if she had won or if she had lost. So she's going to come on and we're going to talk about that journey. We're going to talk about, what made her even want to run for politics. Politics are the worst. So for her to even get involved in it, yeah, want to have that conversation with her. You want to have that conversation. It was, I think, like almost a Republican sweep here. Like a lot of Republicans won here in Sullivan County. I just don't know what to take of it. I just stay to myself now. I don't even be bothered with what's going on with these people. I'll be back in 1 second where we're going to hit another topic that we talked about on Political Tuesday. And welcome back. So Shaw can't get on, but hopefully he could join the conversation via messenger. We had a good show on the role of the church in politics with Bishop John C. Williams. Bishop Williams is someone that I can go to because I know he's going to keep it real. He's going to keep it down here on earth with me. And when I say down here on earth with me, and people talk to him, I mean, when you're talking to him, you're not in heaven all the time. Like I tell people in the church, don't get offended because I need to explain what I mean. When people are talking to you sometimes, they want a basic answer. They want a regular answer. They don't want to hear, take it to the Lord in prayer, even though we know that. Trust the Lord in all thy ways. We know that. It's not a question. It's not a question, but we need you to just answer the question here on earth. Come out of heaven for a minute and have a conversation with us. And Bishop Williams did that. He talked about how he feels it's important, because we asked, do you think that it's important to have these conversations basically in church during services or whatever, not just during election season? And he stated that a friend of his that was running for office. A friend of his was running for office, and he wanted to come to his church. Now, people in the Black church, that every time an election comes around, the politician wants to come to your church and engage with your congregation. Check me out on 90.5 FM, 7 p.m. Is that virtual or is it on the radio? I don't I didn't even know people still listen to the radio. So send me a link. Send me a link. So yeah, he denied his friend from coming to the church, and I applauded him. I think Shad really liked him too. Chris even liked him. Applauded him for not letting him come, because a lot of times they just come to the church during that time to get your vote, because the church bands together when the pastor says he had a bunch of time. Well, he didn't say he had a bunch of topics. Shad did. Through conversation. Okay. See that, Shad? Look, I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, the role of the church in politics is very important. That's how you can get the young people engaged, because young people are now more engaged in talking about politics and real life events than they were when I was growing up in the church. I can honestly say that. Radio. So you know about this, Shad. WJFF. I know about WJFF. All right, to go to WJFF. I know about WJFF. Shout out to WJFF Radio. Yeah. So the young people, going back to politics and the church, the young people are more engaged. They're asking more questions. Back in the day, there was a big thing with separation of church and state, blah, blah, blah. And now that just doesn't seem to be the case. It's all like rolling into one now. The church played a big role. The Catholic Church played a big role in this election. I mean, we saw the shenanigans of them around that man, praying for him, and he even compared himself to Jesus. And if y'all not involved, the church, if you're not involved in politics, pastors, if you aren't talking to your youth and the elders about politics during your normal services and sermons, you need to get with it, because there were politicians, but they weren't called politicians, walking with Jesus and during that time. So it's very important that y'all hit all topics, not just the ones that you're familiar with. So on that, I'll probably get in trouble. But anyway, local racial divide. The local racial divide. That episode for me was extremely personal. That was when, okay, what happened? What happened when it was convenient equality until equality? I forgot how I worded that. But that's when you're equal until you're not, basically. Now, what brought that topic on was when Fallsburg Police Department, Fallsburg PD, nicely put Officer Corey Dixon in a position where it was either resign or your name be destroyed, basically. For those that don't know the story, Corey was one after the chief left. Chief Williams will be on in 2 weeks on Tea Time with Bunker. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to catch the recap, and we can talk about this more. But Chief Williams was the first and only Black chief town of Fallsburg Police. But what Simi also was a covering, actually, for Officer Dixon, because the Hasidic community was going after him. I don't know, Spla, I'm probably saying that wrong, Spla, if y'all covered this or whatever, if y'all talked about it, they were targeting him. Officer Dixon, Chief Williams explained it. He was basically a traffic officer. It was his job to go out there and catch the people that were breaking all kinds of traffic violations, right? That was his job. That was his, he was a regular officer, but mainly he was out there to catch you when you were either on your phone or if you were speeding or doing all kind of illegal things while driving. Okay, that was his job. So those of us that live here in Sullivan County, you know what it is in the summer. You know what it's like. It's very dangerous to drive. I don't even, especially on Fridays, I don't go out. But they were reporting him to the DA and all this other stuff, talking about he's targeting them. Now, like I said, for those of us that live in Sullivan County, we see the speeding. We see how signals are just, your turn signals are just an option. I always say that it's an option. It's something cute on your car because they don't use them. They're on the phones. You're behind the school buses where the buses are packed to capacity, kids standing up and jumping around, and all kinds of craziness. We see this. It was off license plates, the paper license plates that are expired registration, you name it, it was going on. Officer Dixon was doing his job. So we know about the block votes here. We know about the block votes in Sullivan County and probably other places too. And I ain't mad at them because they know how to work the system. They know how to work it. They work as a team, and I am not mad at them. I am, but I'm not, because it's only when it's convenient for them. Yeah, they were reporting him and everything for doing his job. You would see all type of horrible Facebook ads, and I know this man. The picture that they were painting him as, and people on the board and people in the town that never had interaction with him, okay, were painting a picture of the typical angry Black man. That's what they were doing. And me being a mom and him not having anybody around him, I had to speak up, which was pretty scary, to let it be known what was going on. It didn't matter. He ended up resigning to save his name. I mean, like, come on, we're working in a hostile work environment. That would have been an extremely hostile work environment. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Imagine going to work every day and you know that there's a bullseye on your back. What do? Do you continue to go there when you don't have support, where it doesn't feel like anybody's looking out for you? Or do you just be like, you know what, I'm gonna take this L and I'm gonna leave? And basically that's what happened, because if he didn't, they were trying to come up with all these bogus things against this young man, and nobody cares that these are their lives. This is what he wanted. He former military. Corey is I don't know if they call it a dead weight lifter. This dude when I first met him, when my son was a sheriff, when I first met him, it was in a grocery store, and I heard a voice. He asked about the hoodie I was wearing. It was the graduation from the Sheriff's Academy hoodie. And me being me, proud mom, I go to swing around to address the voice behind me. And it was like looking at a wall. Corey's huge. He can be intimidating to anyone who doesn't know him or have had interaction with him. But he follows the law. He was doing his job. And once again, shame on you, Fallsburg Police Department. Shame on you, DA. Shame on you, everybody who played part in trying to destroy this young man's life and career for a vote. That's what it was about. It was all about a vote. And like I told him, I said, you know what? This where the churchy part, mommy part of me came out. I was like, you know what they meant for evil, God meant for good. Something good is going to come out of this. They're not going to destroy you. They're not going to destroy you. And I still wish nothing but greatness on this young man, and may everything that he touched turn to gold. Fallsburg Police Department. I don't even see police out there patrolling no more. I don't even see nobody. But you know what? That's that for that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. So that was a big thing. That was a big thing. I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter to all of them, all the people in charge, from here all the way up to Hochul. All of them got a letter. Not that it mattered, because at the end of the day, that population got what they wanted. Apparently they wanted him out before, when the other town supervisor was in. And I have to thank Kathy for not giving in to the pressure. But as soon as Simi left, and they did him dirty, we're going to talk about that too. As soon as Simi left, they really targeted him. And I'm telling you, karma's a trip. Karma's real. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. And everything that y'all did for a vote, I can't wait to see what Sullivan County looks like this summer. I ain't going outside, but I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens. All right. So voter engagement and education. This election was something else. It was something. I remember when Biden was running and you saw the grassroots and people learning about voting and the importance of it. And he was running against dude that got in position this time. Everybody saw the danger of what a two-time person position. I don't like to say his name, position would look like, because we had just was coming down from, we were in COVID and all this other stuff. And people, then we had the January 6th insurrection. I mean, like, it was crazy. The country divided more so than ever. People began to educate themselves. The first time I heard about Project 2025 was from one of my little sister's posts. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? And then I started looking into it. I'm like, oh my God, this can't be real. This is not a real thing. This is not a blueprint of how they're going to plan on revamping the country. But sure enough, that's what it is and was. So voters started educating themselves on what was going on around them, started paying attention to the propositions going on. People were becoming more informed and more aware. But unfortunately, after 4 years, plain teeth, nothing in it. After 4 years, it seemed like they seem to have gotten amnesia and forgot everything that the country went through. And all they can think about is stimulus checks. Not about the divide, all the crimes, not thinking about how this man is a convicted felon. And he was running for the highest job in the nation. People just didn't seem to care. Whereas people to this day cannot get a job or an apartment or credit card or whatever. A lot of things people can't even get if they check that box that they were once or are a convicted felon. And as we sit and watch right now, he's filling the White House. His cabinet is filled with felons and racists. And people probably like, Bunky, don't say that. Those people aren't racist. No, but they have racist tendencies. Is that what it is? Yes, he's filling the White House with nothing but division. People who divide and are loyal to him. He's still talking about punishing people who he feels went against him, people who, like Letitia James and the prosecutor here, that went after him for crimes that he did commit, a retaliation. He's talking about pardoning some of the January 6th insurrectionists, because he's, like he said, I heard him say it when I did watch TV a little bit yesterday, they've been there too long. This is what he said. Even though they went against they went against the government, but it doesn't matter as long as you're loyal to him and you're doing what works for him. Yeah. The grassroots movements have been amazing. We watched someone get nominated or placed into position in June or July. Kamala was placed where Biden finally decided that he couldn't do it after pressure. We watched the grassroots go in and be like, this is our person. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get her name out there. But apparently it was a little too late, if that makes any sense. Was she my first choice? No. Do I still know about her? No. I know a lot more about her, yes, because I had to do my research and my homework. But in all fairness to her, the other person was campaigning, running for 2 to 4 years. She only had a couple of months in which she out she got more donations than him, more involvement, but somehow he won across the board. And he stated yesterday that he's still not going to say that he lost the last election. He's still an election denier. And this is what we have to look forward to in for the next 4 years. But it doesn't have to be a full 4 years. You guys, even though he's going to be in office, we can take back the houses. Okay. 2 years, elections again for the Senate, the 2 years, the 2 year seat, Senate, House, whoever seats are up. Make sure you get out there and run. Not run. Get out there and vote. Know the candidates that are running. Be right back. And I'm back. Welcome back. Know the candidates that are running so that we don't have another Roe. Would we have another Roe versus Wade? I'm not sure. But there were two judges. There were two judges that were going to retire, Democratic judges, and I hate that Democratic Republican thing. I hate it so much. It should be a party for the people because people are loyal to a party to a fault. But these two judges who were Democrats were retiring. They were going to retire, and they banked on it. And after watching everything that was going on, they said, psych. Basically, they said, psych, pulled it back. So now the Republicans are kind of upset with them because they're not going to retire. So you have two ranking high. I didn't write down the states because I thought Shah was going to be here. We was going to bounce off of each other. Two high ranking judges that the Republicans were banking on flipping their seats. And that is not going to happen. So shout out to those people in positions that are still doing what they feel is right for the American people. Yeah, I think that's all I have. That's all I mean, like all the shows were really good. They were y'all. If y'all didn't see it, I don't even remember her name. I don't even remember her name. I had the woman on that's running for California governor, Newsom's position in 2026. She's running for mayor of California. She's I had her on and the other guy who ran for president in 2020, Republican Party. Or was it conservative? It might have been Conservative Party. That was interesting. I really highly suggest that you go back to my YouTube page, and I'm gonna find that because I want to give y'all the dates so that you can make sure you go back and see that because that show was something else. It was my first time sitting down with. It was my first time sitting down with Republicans. I can honestly say that. It was my first time sitting down with Republicans. I wasn't sure how I was going to deal with that. Why can't I even find them? I wasn't sure how I was even going to deal with that. But what it did was open me up, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that they came on my little platform. Well, not my little platform, my big platform, and had that conversation with me. But yeah, they were two Black Republicans, and it was like it was uncomfortable for me. You guys, you probably, if you watch the show, you'll see how uncomfortable I was. Ketanji Brown Jackson will make an appearance in the Broadway show in Juliet this Saturday. For what? She's not an actress. See, Sean, this is why I needed you here, so we could have had this conversation because that just threw me off right there. Um, oh, Jasmine Crockett became famous during all this time. Um, a lady great in her own right, but with her one zingers, she showed that we can come up with we can come up with things off the top of our head. When I say we, I mean like Black woman, we can come up with a sarcastic comment that will shoot you down real quick off the top of our head, and it'll just flow, and it's funny. So she gave it to Marjorie Taylor Greene so many times, and everybody that comes before her in the Senate. So shout out to her, Jasmine Crockett. Much respect. I would love to talk to her one day. Um, wait. Right. Okay, the first female Black justice. She's gonna be in the play Juliet. Why, Shad? Or is she just going? Or is she just going there? Is she just going? That should be interesting. That should be interesting. I wonder if any of his people are gonna show up. It's crazy. Oh my god, y'all, I'm so nauseous. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't. This is gonna be it for political for a minute. Like I said, I'm politically burnt out. I'm over it. I'm sure I'm not the only one whose anxiety has been through the roof. Thank God for Shad throughout this journey. A walk on roll, one night showing, then open conversation. Yo, that sounds dope. That sounds. I'm not going to no Play-Doh, especially now. Well, y'all know I don't do crowds, but yo, that sounds cool. Especially to even have that opportunity, to do that. Yeah, I hope somebody records it and it gets out there on social media. But Shad, to you, well, thank you everybody who has been watching this during this most horrific time. Seeing me become unhinged and all of that. But that's real emotion. Like that's what I couldn't give when I was interviewing the lady from California and the guy who was running for president who thought that the Republican Party was going to back him versus Trump. I don't know what made him think that. But anyway, if they decide to run, good luck to them. But people in those areas, do your homework, find out who's best for the position. Newsom, he holding it down for California. So I'm not from California, but hope he runs again. Well, if he don't run again, run for something higher. Either way, they need someone like him in position. Like I was going to say, to Shad, to my partner in crime here on Political Tuesday. Hopefully you'll come back when I do like pop-up ones, because these politics aren't over. This not over. We're gonna have to do some pop-up ones, but not consistent. This is my last Political Tuesday on the DuPont network. Yeah, this is my last one. I appreciate the opportunity so much. I appreciate the opportunity, but I realize I'm not there. Yeah, it's a lot. And I appreciate the opportunity, but you can still Tea Time with Bunky though is not going anywhere. It's still gonna be on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Bigger, better, badder, broader. But Rashad, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I wasn't gonna do Political Tuesday at all, but you said that I need to do it. So everybody, thank you. Everybody, thank Shad. Also, Jay-Z's lawyer is the same lawyer that is hired by Tupac's estate to investigate if Diddy paid for the Tupac. What? Isn't that like a conflict of interest? That doesn't even sound. Does Tupac have anybody fighting for him now since his mom has passed away? His sister's passed away. I don't know if his father is involved in the estate. So does he have anybody Does he have anybody fighting for him? You know what? The crookedness of all of these people that got money just want more money. And people be like, oh, well, they give. What I could say about Waka Flocka. Yeah, Shad, you probably don't even think I know who Waka is. I really don't know who Waka is. I know who Waka Flocka is because I used to watch him on um Love and Hip Hop, and then I started watching him and Tammy's show, and I just thought Waka was really cute. Waka is there's just something about Waka. But anyway, I stopped liking him when he, him and his mom, Miss Deb, like was on this Trump. I said his name, this Trump campaign, and da 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 da. And I was like, yo, why Flocka? Why? But anyway, I say all that to say this about the money. Waka says he gives away more than half of his money to people who need it. He's like, what he said is, why do I need $100 million? I'll take $1 million if you want to give money away. But why do I need $100 million when people around are starving and hungry and homeless? You got to respect that. You got to, no matter if you don't like Waka or not, we're not Waka bashing here. We're not Waka bashing. But to have that mentality, like enough is enough, like I don't need it all, like I need it all, give it all to me. Not having that mentality, it makes up for me. It makes me be like, oh, I like Waka again. I like Waka again. So yeah. Jay-Z and them, all they want it all. And they leave generational wealth to their kids, and which already have it because they're already established. But when is enough? Like, come on, you guys. I mean, greed is something. That's why Diddy going down like he is, because he was greedy. He was greedy, and he had that power, and he just didn't know what to do with his little self. And now look at him. He over there getting favors over there in lockup. Probably snitching on everybody. Jay-Z and them scared. I'm sure they all scared. Like, people are still, I haven't heard anything about him in a while, probably because I haven't been on the news. But it's like, when is enough? When is enough? I mean, these famous people really need to do better. Let's say you got $100 million. The Carters are billionaires. When is enough? So just in an interview that prices may go up if tariffs are in place. Really? He said that. I believe he said that because he don't know no better. He don't know no better. He don't know. Thank you. Yeah, he didn't even know what a tariff was, Shad. He had no idea. He had no idea. And that's the crazy part about it. People running around talking about, look, I know I'm gonna go over. Hopefully, they'll forgive me. People running around there talking about, yeah, he's gonna put the tariffs out there, he's gonna make America great, da 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 da. And for those people like me and them, probably more so them, that shop on Temu and Shein and stuff like that. Our little $8 shirts getting ready to come $25, $30. So y'all were out there celebrating this man, talking about, oh, he's going to put tariffs on it. He's not even realizing that doing that there would be retaliation, like I spoke about last week. There will be retaliation from those countries. They're not going to just sit back and let you do whatever you want to do to their people. Seems like only Americans do that. Vote for people that's not of their best interest. Only Americans do that. Canada and Mexico is ready for him. They come in. He knew, yeah, but his people didn't. That's the thing. They're not educated, and he said it. He said that's why when he was going to run Republican, because they're not educated. He said it, so he knew. We all saw the interviews of his people. They didn't know their right from their left, and now with him saying tariffs, the prices may go up. It's not a may, it's a guarantee. If he tax these countries, they are coming for us. So I'm telling y'all better make sure your car works well, because the auto parts are imported. Make sure your car is good. Make sure you got you're stocked up on food and things like that come from the other countries, because it's about to go down. It's about to get really, really real. But you know what? This is what y'all voted for. It's not what I voted for. This is what y'all voted for because y'all wanted a stimulus check. And also because y'all could not handle a black woman being in office. Point blank, period. That's how I feel, and I'm standing on it. So Yeah. Make sure y'all, there won't be a tea time with Bunky this Thursday because I have my granddaughter's concert. So there won't be a tea time with Bunky Thursday, but next Thursday we have the part two of Chief Sammy Williams. We couldn't really get into his legacy and all of that the last time because it went so fast. There was so much. There was so much. And y'all who forgot, go back and catch that show. He even mentioned after 30 years on the force, the way they did him at his retirement, yo, they didn't even give him a card. They didn't even give, they did him so dirty. I am so disappointed in Fallsburg. I am so disappointed, y'all. And I don't know who else is bold enough to say it, whatever. So if anything happens to me out there on the street, y'all know it was a retaliation thing because Bucky don't break the law. Bucky don't break the law. So yeah, so Simi will be on next Thursday. Simi will be on next. I mean, like I am booked. I am booked. I am booked. And then on the 26th, I have artist Solea Stack. For y'all that know of her, this is gonna be good. I am booked out, y'all. I'm blessed. God is good. You know, things change, things revamp. But make sure you tune into Tea Time with Bunky. Tell your friends, like, share, follow, and subscribe. I'll be getting up with Shad, and we'll be planning my next in the studio. So y'all will be aware of the next live studio audience. I have one I want to do, but it's winter and I'm not sure. But during the summer, I'm going to have licensed clinical social worker Jesse Hinton on. We're going to have it in studio. So those that have seen my shows with him, I'm telling you, that's a ticket you want to cop. That's a ticket you want to come to. And make sure you're there for the questions and the conversation flow. I'm telling you, y'all gonna end up signing up for him and having him become your therapist. So yeah, I got to get ready to go. I got to ease this stomach. I appreciate you all so much. Like I said, these politics, this political journey was terrible. It was terrible if you hate politics, but it's not over. It's not over. So keep on the lookout for random pop-ups of Political Tuesday Tea Time with Bunky, Political Tuesday Tea Time with Bunky, but you can always catch Tea Time with Bunky on Thursdays live at 7 p.m. on Thursdays, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also catch it on your favorite podcast platforms like Pandora, Stitcher, Spotify, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Pocket Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Cashbox, and Amazon Music. Like, share, follow, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Tomorrow, make sure you go catch In the Studio with the Rec Boys at 7 p.m. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram live tomorrow, Wednesday. And Thursdays at 8 o'clock, Rashida was on earlier. You can catch Peaches and Blade live with Ron Ty at 8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram also. Their show is really something also. So tune in. If you don't have anything to do, set your alarms and make sure you hit up all of those platforms. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you the week after next. Bunky's on vacation. See you later.